Hey, everybody, welcome to the Power Selling Podcast. I'm your host, Danna Crawford, the Power Selling Mom. Hey, Michael Swoape joins us today. He's currently serves as Chief Operating Officer for One4Silver. It's a small business located in Akron, Ohio that provides high quality tableware to consumers around the world. Before joining One4Silver in 2012, Michael attended the University of Akron, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, and then went on to study law at Florida A&M University in Orlando. I did not know that. He went with over 20 years of online and retail sales experience. Michael oversees One4Silver's day-to-day operations, works tirelessly to develop and maintain strong partnerships with luxury brands, and leads a team of customer service driven professionals who are experts in the tabletop industry. How interesting. Thank you so much for joining me today, Michael.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'm excited. So basically, it's silverware, right? Or
Silverware, china, and crystal stemware is kind of our specialty. Yep.
okay.
Really anything you can put on the table at dinner times. We do candlesticks here and there and votives and it's sort of anything that's tabletop related. We'll get into serving pieces for china, et cetera, but mainly tabletop focused for sure.
Awesome. So tell us more about you and your business and how it all works.
Sure. Yeah. Well, so like you said, my name is Michael Swope. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for One4Silver. We're a small business located in Akron that specializes in high quality flatware, stemware, and china. Our company's been around for just over 35 years, but
Wow.
we started selling on eBay 25 years ago when the owner of our business realized he could turn his passion for going to estate sales and auctions into a full-time business. While
Nice.
our business started in the basement of a one-bedroom apartment on eBay, today our company sells on multiple online marketplaces like Amazon and Walmart. We employ 6 people full-time and operate out of a 31,000 square foot facility.
Amazing. So you sell on eBay, Amazon, and Walmart.
And our own website, oneforsilver.com, and Google Shopping. So
Oh, okay.
we do multiple online sites.
Okay. I'd like to point out that 1 4 silver is the number four
Yes.
so that people understand that's one, the spell
The
out
number
one,
four. Yep.
number
And then
four.
silver.
Silver, got it. So I just
Yep.
want to make sure because we have listeners on the podcast and we have visuals. So I want to make sure everybody gets that so they can go search for some silver items.
Perfect.
So it sounds like One4Silver has experienced significant growth over the years. So can you tell me a little bit more about how that happened?
Yeah, in a nutshell, a lot of really hard work. When I started working at One4Silver, we were still handwriting our shipping labels. So part of my job in the beginning,
Wow.
12 years ago, was looking at ways to improve our efficiency, answers those eBay customer service questions, and help pick and pack our orders so that James, the owner of our business, could find a little extra time in his day.
Okay.
So I quickly purchased a label printer to improve our shipping process. But then part of the problem we would run into is that every time something would sell, we would have to move like 25 trays to find what sold because we did not have the space in his basement to spread out and organize inventory like we wanted.
Wow.
So I was there for roughly a year working in his basement, and then it became obvious to us both that we needed to find a better space to work out of. And fortunately, a small 5,000 square foot commercial building near his home became available, and he purchased it. Now, when we moved in there, it was like a dream come true. We had so much more space to work and store our product, and sorting things was like a breeze.
Oh,
But after moving into the space and developing a highly efficient system of inventory, we helped some people. We hired some people to help us with listing and shipping, and I felt that I should try to approach a few brands in tabletop that we were already familiar with selling their product on the secondhand market.
okay.
So that was my first task, is see if we could get some brands to trust us to sell their goods. I was pretty young and ambitious back then, and I felt it would be an easy task since we had so much product knowledge. but I quickly learned that wasn't the case.
No.
So getting brands to trust you is a hard haul, for sure.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 years to get that first major brand to trust me in selling their product. And all I can say is it was persistence that finally paid off. I
Okay.
went to every industry trade show, every place that these big brands were, and I essentially just showed them our knowledge of the product and tried to get them to work with us for years. But
Wow.
after we got our first major brand in tabletop, we quickly had the opportunity to sell three others. And
Oh,
from there, we really started to grow and see some volume. Now, if you fast forward 8 years, we were starting to face the same problem we had in the basement, right? We had outgrown the 5,000 square foot building. We had now developed partnerships with like 15 brands in tabletop. We had hired 2 employees, and our warehouse was packed with these fantastic products, but we were walking all over each other because we had nowhere to go. So our space constraints really became obvious in 2018 when we had to reject a large opportunity buy from one of our vendors because we just had nowhere to go with the product. So we started to search for a bigger space, but it took us 2 years to find the perfect spot, which is the 31,000 square foot space we occupy today. And while I would think that we will never outgrow that space we're currently in, it won't be for lack of trying because we're now authorized retailers for 30 brands in tabletop, and
no.
we continue to experience double digit growth as a company year after year.
Unbelievable. I mean, when you first started this story, it was like caveman setup.
Yes, kind of. It was kind of really, it was very rudimentary. But I tell you, the owner of our business, he was doing amazing volume by himself in the basement. I mean, he was working like 18-hour days. So the goal was to get him some relief and let me help him out a little bit. And it
Uh-huh.
quickly blossomed into a. I kind of say we're what eBay calls an accidental entrepreneur for sure. We
Oh,
kind of just blossomed into a real business pretty quickly.
that is really impressive. I just can't imagine being in the warehouse that you just described now, and now
It's
you
amazing.
actually need more
Yeah,
space.
we have. So our current warehouse is our building is 31,000 square feet. It's actually 21,000 square feet of warehouse space and 10,000 square feet of office space. So we have a ton of office space, more than we'll probably ever fill. But it's great because we have conference rooms and we have
Oh,
team rooms that we use for things like eBay meetups. So
oh, nice, nice. So achieving such growth means that you're an expert in the tabletop industry. So I'm curious to know about trends. What trends do you see in this industry?
yeah, so in flatware, mid-century modern design and clean contemporary patterns have long been mainstays, but there's
Okay,
also this new emergence of texture starting to trend in our industry.
really?
Textured handles on flatware and
Oh,
designs that both look and feel amazing in your hand are becoming popular among the younger generation of buyers.
really?
Our flatware partners have some truly amazing patterns that are sure to fit everyone's needs and budget. In glassware, we're seeing this emergence of craft cocktail and drink specific glassware making its way into homes and man caves across the country. Products like tequila glasses and Moscow mules are super popular right now. Our partners have amazing lines that include these barware products, and there really is something for everyone at every price point. Now, when it comes to china and dinnerware,
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing a trend more towards casual elegance and a more modern way of living. Many of today's consumers are looking for dinnerware that meets their everyday needs, as opposed to the fine china that sits in the cabinet and only comes out at the holidays. Manufacturers have started offering sets that include mugs as opposed to teacups and saucers in an effort to meet this changing market. Now, that said, we still see quite a demand for the vintage china patterns of yesteryear, and specifically for us in offering people replacement pieces or additions to collections that have been passed down to them over generations.
That's really interesting because, you know, I have some of my grandmother's china with the teacups, and it's like your teacup gets what, two sips and it's gone. You know,
Right.
it's like why did they do
Yeah.
that?
And I think people kind of feel dainty, right? When they're
Yeah,
using the teacup and saucer, they feel like it's a little
right.
too formal for
Yeah.
everyday use. And mugs, with your coffee mug in the morning, it's much more casual. And I think people now, especially this generation of youth, and even people my age in their 40s, we're much more casual with the way we live. And it's not so formal at home. So if you're anything like me, I'm in my pajamas and
Yeah,
whatever on the couch in the morning with my coffee. So
that's it. That's it. You want a mug.
absolutely.
Now, also, it's interesting to me that you said that the trend with the textured kind of
Yeah.
silverware. That surprises me.
And that's a new trend too. And now how long that'll happen or how long that'll stay around, you
Hmm.
never really know. We see trends come and go.
Hmm.
But I see these textured handles now coming out where they have like wavy lines or they have just like a textured feel.
Okay.
And also color. Like we're starting to see some color trend.
Wow.
Gold became popular. It goes and comes like every 10
Yeah.
years. So gold came back last year for a little bit, and now even black flatware. So there's
Mhm.
flatware that's like this matte black finish.
Wow.
It really does look classy on tables, and with the right dinnerware, it can really be a classy look. But how long that trend will stay, we never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a set that my mother bought me that was a special that Cutco was running the partnership with Oneida. And
Okay.
together they made a silverware set, flatware set. And they're just plain, but the knives are very sharp.
Yes. Cutco makes some amazing products. Their products are only available through their like authorized distributors and
Right.
retailers that are in the field.
Right.
We wish we could partner with them because
Yeah.
people love their knife sets.
I know. I know
Yeah,
it.
I personally have a knife set at home from Cutco, so even me, I'm absolutely a user of their product.
Yes. So you mentioned earlier that One for Silver employs some people full time. So can you share with the listeners who are looking to grow and hire help how you started with delegating tasks?
Yeah, so as any leader knows, it takes a strong team to be successful. And our company is very lucky to have the dedicated and truly exceptional employees we have. While we do a large volume of sales, we're a rather small team. One for Silver started delegating tasks as they directly relate to the parts of an online transaction. So for us, this was product procurement, listing, shipping, and providing excellent customer service. So I'll just take you through the rundown of kind of how we work here.
Okay.
James, the owner of our business,
Uh-huh.
works to acquire vintage and used items directly through various sources, including auctions and estate sales in
Okay.
our local area, while I work directly with our portfolio of brands to acquire new items and handle our day to day operational challenges. Brian is our shipping specialist, and he couldn't do a better job at making sure all of our orders are filled quickly and that even the most delicate of items arrive safely to our customers. I can count on two hands the number of damaged items we've had in 10 years. And that's really an amazing feat considering we sell a lot of crystal in China.
Wow.
Ashley, she's our inventory specialist, and she works tirelessly to get the thousands of items we sell a year up and loaded on eBay. She handles most of our returns and provides excellent phone support to our customers when they need it. Our newest employee, Chris, unloads our trucks and keeps our pick and pull shelves stocked and keeps our facility super clean. So while there's not many of us that work here, we all play important and critical roles in the success of One for Silver.
That's really cool. It sounds like you have an awesome team.
We really do. We have a great team, and I couldn't do this without them for sure. They are everybody that works here is as important as the owner and myself. So we're happy that our employees are working for us and that they're happy in their jobs.
Yeah, so proud. I'm sure. Did you say James, the owner?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure his family's very proud of him.
yes, they are.
So cool. I know that in addition to being the chief operating officer for One for Silver, you also host a local meetup group for eBay sellers in the Akron, Ohio area. Can you tell us a little more about that and where our listeners can find info to your meetup?
Absolutely. So I've worked with the eBay community team, as I know you have, Dana, for a number of years now. And
Yeah.
a big part of why I lead the meetup for eBay in our community is to give back. Our company wouldn't be where it is today without eBay. And it's my hope that in sharing our eBay story, it inspires others to sell the things they're passionate about and achieve a level of success for themselves. I host the eBay meetup at Akron at One for Silver's offices here in Akron
Perfect.
almost every other month. So we encourage new and seasoned sellers to join us and learn how eBay can not only provide you with some extra income, but give you the tools necessary to create your own business. If there's one thing eBay is really good at, it's creating accidental entrepreneurs. I learn as much as I teach from these meetups, and it's always good to hear the tips and tricks other sellers use to be successful and move their product. Our next meetup's on November 15th at 6 o'clock, and you can find us by going to sellerevents.ebay.com. We're an official eBay event, so all of our events are posted there first. You can also just search the term eBay Akron in Google or Facebook, and we'll come right up.
So I'm really excited about your meetup. I hope one day that I can attend. I like thrifting in the Akron area. There's a lot of
Oh, good.
cool antique shops in that area.
Yeah, and I gotta say thank you. You know, Dana, when I first started this meetup, I had no idea what I was doing. You were like the meetup queen for eBay at the time, so you kind of helped me get started in the beginning with setting up my meetup, and I couldn't appreciate that more. And it's become really successful. So
So
we just had the kickoff party for eBay Open here a
yes.
couple weeks ago. We had 61 sellers, so it was an amazing attendance. I think everybody had a great time, and there was a lot of good food and a lot of good fun. So,
It's awesome. I know I love helping people get started with their meetup. So to me, it's just like you said, giving back. It's just a fun thing to do. And I know that also List Perfectly loves sponsoring meetups. So we're
yeah.
happy to send you.
And they did. They sponsored the kickoff party. We got tons of swag.
Oh,
They sent us a gift card. It was fantastic. We ended up giving away $100 gift card at the eBay meetup
wow, that's
when we had
great.
planned to only give away 50 because List Perfectly sent us some extra dough. So
Yeah.
we doubled it to 100 for the grand prize, and
Wow, that was
that
nice.
was well received. So.
Oh, awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
List Perfectly is a wonderful company. You guys have created an excellent community, and the owners, Claire and Amanda, can't be sweeter. So I'm proud of everything that you guys do for small businesses, and I think you're an excellent choice for a multi-channel cross-posting software, especially for those that are just looking to get started or have been selling only for a couple of years and they're looking to branch into ultimately different marketplaces.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I appreciate that. I'll take that back to the team. I know they'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So where can listeners who may want to add to their flatware or china collections find you and your store, your online store?
Yeah, so you can visit us at www.one4silver.com, and that's ONE, the number four, and then SILVER.com. Or you can also find us, our eBay store, by just doing a simple web search for One for Silver on eBay. So again, if you just type our name, One for Silver, and eBay together, it'll pull up our web store in the first search result. So.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well, any final words, Michael?
Nope. I just encourage people to sell their passions and sell what they know. And I think ultimately you'll do better at marketing the product online if you know a little about it. And there's so many categories out there and so much that people are looking for. I always say eBay is the absolute best place to start. If you're unsure, there's all these new marketplaces now, Poshmark and Mercari and all these spots. Start with eBay and grow from there
There
because
you
it
go.
certainly will be your largest voluminous marketplace. We sell in all these marketplaces now, but eBay is still our strongest marketplace.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael. It's been a pleasure. I know your family's very proud of you as well. You've
Thank
come
you.
a long way. And I just want to personally thank you for representing the eBay community in DC. We need people like you that are confident to go forward and go to DC and fight for things that we need done.
I really appreciate it. I was just there with the eBay government relations team last week.
Yes.
Spent some time with eBay's CEO, Jamie Ione.
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience. I got to meet with my senator. We're really hoping some change can come of the 1099K issue. And we're kind of hoping that'll happen before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But Congress is extremely divided right now. They're having a hard time just keeping themselves from fighting. So we'll see what happens. Getting a tax bill passed by the end of the year is a big ask. So
Okay.
we're certainly fighting the good fight for sure.
Good.
And it's always comforting to know that eBay really puts their money where their mouths are, and they're only as successful as their sellers. And they really do a good job of making sure that legislators are aware of how these tax laws will affect small business owners and the casual sellers on eBay.
Yes. And that's why we thank you. And I'm thanking you on behalf of the eBay community that,
Thank you.
yeah, we
Yeah.
need people like you to go do, go
Yeah,
fight for us.
I'm thrilled to do that kind of work, and I really believe in that kind of work.
Yeah.
I think that there are lots of business owners who can't step away
Yeah,
from their business, and lots of people who don't know enough about the issue to
that's
advocate for
right.
it properly.
That's right.
And I think those of us who do, I love being an advocate for all Ohio sellers.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, keep up the good work.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today to this special edition with Michael Swoape. He is amazing. I was so happy that he agreed to be a guest. And special thanks to Liz Perfectly for organizing this. I'm Danna Crawford, the Power Selling Mom, and you're listening to the Power Selling Podcast. Until next time, happy online selling.